Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Thursday, the 20th of November. The government admits it can't meet its police recruitment target's first deadline. It's further pushed out the target of increasing frontline cops by 500 within 2 years to next September. The first deadline was next week. But Police Minister Mark Mitchell is defending the coalition approach, saying it's after the government increased standards for new cops.
And I think the public will also allow us to take the time to deliver those 500 as long as we remain focused on those standards.
David Seymour says it's worrying Winston Peters aims to campaign on repealing ACT's Regulatory Standards Act. New Zealand First joined its coalition partners to vote the bill through last week. It was made law by the Governor-General 2 days ago. Peters now calls the legislation overreach and is promising the party will repeal it. Seymour says the act is a bottom line for him and is reflected on Peters' stance.
He signed a contract in black and white saying that he supported it, so that's his word, not just his word but his signature.
And Labour's pleased it's been joined by New Zealand First in pledging repeal, but warns it's bad optics. Deputy Leader Carmel Sepuloni says Kiwis expect more strength from politicians.
To stand by their convictions and have some courage. You can't support on one hand and say when we get back in we'll repeal this.
Tauranga City Council has written to the Ministry of Health asking for a public inquiry on water fluoridation. The city's supply has been fluoridated since October 2024, complying with a 2022 directive from the Director-General of Health. The council was denied an extension, but more than 1,000 people signed a petition asking for the letter. Numbers on the council vote haven't been released, but it wasn't unanimous, and one councillor claims many petitioners weren't from Tauranga. A warning for politicians to maintain convention and not mention families in debates after Labour's Helen White referenced a National MP's children in Parliament. White was speaking about motorway emissions in urban areas, giving hers and Carlos Chung's electorates Mount Albert and Mount Roskill as examples. Here's political reporter Troy Matic.
White spoke of the importance of cleaning up the air for the sake of Chung's children and her future grandchildren. In the Speaker's chair, Greg O'Connor initially dismissed Chung's complaint about the mention as frivolous. He later changed his approach, telling MPs to be aware of the sensitivities of the House.
A former transport company boss whose runaway truck killed road worker Jonathan Walters has been jailed for 3 years. Ashik Ali must also pay $20,000 in reparations. Danica McLean has more.
The brakes on the 20-tonne truck loaded with road metal failed in Auckland's Remuera in 2024, rolling downhill into Jonathan Walters. Justice Graham Lang says this was completely avoidable and highlighted the truck's history of non-compliance. It had been unregistered for 2 years, with a warrant of fitness issued 3.5 years before.
To sport, and Breakers forward Ruben Tarangi insists the NBL club will continue to celebrate next year's Pride round despite opting against wearing a rainbow flag on their jerseys. Captain Karen Berger reckons the resilience the Silver Ferns have developed this season will benefit them at next year's Commonwealth Games and the World Cup in 2027. The All Whites world ranking has taken a slight hit after losing football friendlies to Colombia and Ecuador, dropping one place to 86th. Spain is still number 1. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.